Joanna's Kitchen Adventures.
Welcome back, friends. Hope you're doing well today. We will be making a lemon and lime meringue pie. You can make a tart, you can do individual tarts. There's so many different things that you can do with this. This is a Mary Berry recipe. This is my 75th new recipe this year, keeping on track with my goal of making 100 new recipes. So let's start with making the pie crust, the short crust pastry. So we've got 5 ounces of flour here. So I've measured that with the scale. So that's 5 ounces. I have 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar that's going in there, and some butter. This is about 3.5 ounces. I've cubed it and I had it waiting in the freezer until I was ready to use it. So we're gonna put that together and mix it until it's coarse, about pea size bits of your butter. We've mixed that around, and again you can see bits of the butter here. Now we are going to add an egg to this. 1 whole egg. Now that the egg's in, we're going to give it a blitz. I had to step away for a second, so I've blitzed this a little, and even with the egg, it's still like this. It's still got chunks. It hasn't come together as a dough yet. So I've gotten some ice water to put into the dough. And I'm just gonna put enough to bring that together as a dough. And as soon as a ball forms, I'm going to turn it off and we'll start rolling it out. So it took about a tablespoon of ice cold water. Now we are going to turn our dough over. See, it's come together real well. A little bit of flour on our bench. And we're just gonna put that together. It is a little wet, so I might have added a little more, too much water. Alright, we don't want to get too much flour on that. So we're going to roll it out into a circle and put it into our pie dish. Get that rolled out. So we're going to get it into our pie dish. Roll it out. Try to tuck it in here. I'm not the best at pie crust. It's fine, it'll taste the same, right? I'm definitely not a pretty pie maker. As long as it tastes good, right? Okay. I will just make it pretty. I saw somebody do it like, how do I want to do that? I don't know. No, I want to do it like that. I don't know. Just make your crust with your heart. Whatever you feel like doing. So for our dough, our crust, we had it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes and then we blind baked it at 300 degrees for 15 minutes with your pie weights in or beans. I just used dried beans and parchment, and then for maybe another 10 minutes or so, and then let this completely cool. Now we're gonna get ready to make the lime and lemon filling. So in the pan, I have 30 grams of cornstarch to 200 mils of water. We're gonna give that a mix. And then we need to have, our lemons and limes are tiny. The recipe calls for 1 large lime, 1 large lemon with the zest and the juice. So we're gonna get that put together into the pot. I like to roll these out to get them ready for juicing. And half. Now we're gonna just put that in our pot, all that lovely lemon and lime juice. Now that your zest and juice is ready, go ahead and mix that up in your pot. We've got the stove on medium, and this is just gonna boil, thicken, and then we're gonna take it off of the heat. So now it's been on the heat on medium, it's thickened, and it's boiled a little. So now we're gonna remove it from the heat. We need our 3 eggs separated. Whites and yolks. If you get a little bit of eggshell in your egg whites or your egg yolks, use your shell and it acts like a magnet to pick it right up. Make sure you don't have any yolk in your whites because you'll be using that for the meringue. Now that that's off the heat and thickened, nice and thick, we're gonna add our 50 grams of sugar. And then our 3 egg yolks. And get that mixed in real well. Admittedly, when I first made this recipe, I thought I was gonna cook the egg yolks when I put them in this hot filling, but it didn't. To help, maybe one thing that I do is to add the sugar first to get that well incorporated, and maybe it helps to temper the mix a little, and then I add the egg yolks. So now we're just gonna go ahead and put that in our prepared pie crust. Just pour that lovely filling right in there. The next thing you do is just put this in the refrigerator to let it chill. Then we'll work on the meringue. Welcome back. Now that our pie has chilled in the refrigerator, we are gonna work on making our meringue. So we've got our 3 egg whites that we prepared earlier. And we're just gonna whip that up till it starts forming stiff peaks. But before that, we're gonna add about 175 grams of sugar to go throughout the meringue. Don't you know how to use your thing? So that has been whipping. I've got soft peaks. You can go soft to stiff peaks, whichever you prefer. I've been whipping it for quite a while, longer than I thought I needed to last time. So we're gonna call it good. So now we're gonna get our meringue into our pie. Spread it around as even as you can. And decorate it as you like. Okay. Now we're going to put it in the oven at 300 degrees for about 30 minutes. You want your meringue to be nice and browned. So let's get that in the oven. 30 minutes. So it's been about 30 to 35 minutes and the pie has been cooling and now it's ready to cut open. So there's our pie. We're gonna get this cut open. Take a look. There you have it. Your lemon and lime meringue pie. I hope you enjoy it and thanks to Mary Berry for the recipe. Until next time.